Hey everyone, it's me. Who else would it be? So yeah, I've been gone for a while. I've made videos and then I just never did anything with them. I have a bunch of boxes here. Like, I'm not even joking. I used to imagine, I was like, I couldn't even imagine how people weren't opening their boxes. And now look at me, I have so many boxes to open, and I'm like, the queen of disassociation. I have just checked out of life to the for the most part. Like, okay, obviously there's things I can't check out of. Okay, like I have to pay the bills. I have to make sure mom eats and groceries are gotten, which involves a lot of Amazon shopping and believe it or not, and make sure dogs are fed and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, like, I haven't completely checked out, and I've been kind of obsessed with this raffle. I call them bundles or waffles because you can't call them that on Facebook. So, but it's basically raffles. You buy spots and you can win prizes. So, yeah, I've been like lost in that. I guess it's my coping mechanism. So, yeah. I haven't been updating a lot of my sites. Thank you. Shout out to Angie. Uh, she has 2 channels. I believe they're on my page. If they're not, they should be. They were. At least her lupus life. Because she's been commenting on a lot of my stuff, like even old videos, and I need to go back and I need to respond, I guess, or something. I don't know. Like, she's been trying to coax me out of whatever I am in and get me to make videos again, I think. uh, so thank you. She also has a review channel. She posts on like almost every day. You know, I've been, we've been following each other forever. Since the beginning of time. So shout out to you, and like I said, I'm not sure exactly, like, okay, like Larry moved out, and then I'm not even sure where things are with that right now. Larry, I don't like this camera. I thought it was supposed to be a good one, but apparently it's not. But maybe the microphone is working, so maybe you can hear me. It would suck to do this video and then find out nobody can hear me. I am working on it, and honestly, it's just stressful because I don't have the money some of these people have. Like, with these great cameras and microphone setups and all that stuff. So people expecting that out of me, sorry, I have to say it. Like, I am doing the best I can with what I've got, and the channel has never been like about editing or big production or anything like that. It's always been like a vlog and like an escape to me. And then like people started saying, oh, you need better cameras, you need better this, you need better that, and it was just like, you know what? How about I just don't need to? I don't know. And like, this channel doesn't make money either, so it's like just a hobby, really. Like, and I'm not saying I'm not thankful for people who are watching, but like, understand I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. So, and like right now, it's hard for me because I'm going through a lot of crap with money. Like, okay, because I started working, and apparently, somehow, I don't know how, like, because I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I am reporting. See, I've been on disability for years, and you're allowed to work so much, and just, it's really frustrating because with the COVID, all of a sudden, you weren't allowed to do in-person meetings with DVR, and all the Social Security offices are closed. You can't go in, and they don't answer calls, at least not here in New Mexico. So I've been calling, and so, like, that's a whole big thing, and they're trying to say that I owe them money because I wasn't reporting my wages, and then they're threatening to cut it off because they think I'm I don't know how many hours they think I'm working, but it's literally they sent me like my estimated wages, and it was like 3 times what I make, and I'm kind of in this limbo place right now where like I could lose my insurance and everything. So yeah, I whoa. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. It's a lot of paperwork, and it's really frustrating when they don't call you back. Like, and you're trying to do everything that you're supposed to be doing. You know, you're trying to send in paperwork and talk to people and figure out things. And then, you know, I had this one really rude worker, and she was like, she got smart with me because I said, isn't there like an online option to report your wages? Since, you know, like, we can't come in, we can't do this, we can't do that. So isn't there an online way to report wages? And she got smart with me. Well, how would we trust that you would fill in the correct information? But then she said something about there's like a phone option. Isn't that the same thing? Like, at least with the online option, I could scan my paychecks or my pay stubs, and, you know, there would be that proof, you know? I mean, it's safer than mailing them in, and they don't want copies, they want the originals. And what if they get lost in the mail, which apparently somewhere along the line they did? Because they're saying that they didn't get a bunch of my pay stubs, and that's why they had to estimate my earnings, and yeah. So that's been real fun, and kind of like a kick in the metaphoric balls. Also, you know, like I was saying, I mean, we did lose the income. I'm no longer Larry's caregiver. I do 2 hours a week because I manage his pills. I buy him food that he will actually eat off Amazon because he has a very particular diet. If his other workers bring his laundry, I do his laundry, but that's not going well. You know, like, and also he was paying me rent, so, you know, we did lose that, which wouldn't have been a problem if this other lovely mess didn't pop up. So yeah, and then you know, and I'm still a little weird about my ex. Like, I didn't get closure there. His mother, his birth mother, and I were not allowed to go to the funeral. His foster monster deemed it so. We were informed that the authorities would kick us out or whatever. I don't know. So we had our own little thing. And there's still a part of me that has a hard time accepting that he has passed on. Except for the fact that he was haunting us for a while. And I know that sounds crazy. But all of a sudden, probably about a month ago, like, stuff that he would do while I was alive. Okay, stuff that he would do while he was alive and we were together started happening. It was really weird. Pictures would go crooked. He did that to me all the time. I'd put things in places because I'm a little OCD. Put things in places and they would be moved, or they they would be gone. Um, I keep my medicated candy in the freezer. So one day I go in there and I had just opened some. I only took one out of there. I go and it's not there. I look, I tear apart the freezer, I move everything, I'm looking for it, cannot find it. It's okay. I open a new pack, and about 2 weeks later, okay, no, I've cleaned this fridge and this freezer out looking for this. 2 weeks later, I look in the fridge, clear as day, I can see them behind the hot sauces. I'm like, what? And like my little knickknacks. Okay. I'd put things places, and then they would go other places. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird. So, yeah. Like right here where the skull is, I'm going to put a stuffed animal of Boo that my friend got me. A Boo replica and Boo's ashes. And then here's her paw print and her chain, like in this cup right here. So it's like gonna be a little Boo corner. But then my ashes were missing. Boo's freaking ashes were missing. They weren't where I had put them. And I found them like 3 days later in a completely different, weird, obscure spot that I would have never put them. It didn't even make sense that they were there. So, yeah. I don't know. So that's kind of, and yeah, so we thought we had got Penny into a good home, and I was super happy. So I can't turn the camera, but like, she's sleeping on the bed over there. Yeah, there's a bed in my office, cause duh. Well, after I get a TV, I can chill in here while Josh is asleep. But also because, you know, I do SW, so, you know, like for photo shoots, and it's also like a makeshift guest room. So, you know, when people come to visit, they can sleep in here. Yeah. But for photo shoots, stuff like that, and plus it's also like a makeshift couch. It has a whole bunch of pillows, and she's asleep right over there. You know, and I'm getting more attached every day, and it sucks because I don't know how to make it work. Like, we haven't really had her and Junior alone with each other, and I have the muzzle for him. I just haven't trusted the situation enough to test it out. And she has a kennel, and we do this switch thing. She sleeps in the kennel at night. And now I'm totally like, whatever you want to do with your dogs. But I am kind of against kennels. Not against them, but I don't believe in them. I'm a horrible dog mom, maybe. Lola's used kennels before. She's okay with them. Junior has never been in a kennel, except for when he got neutered. So, but she is greatly kennel trained. She is a freaking champ. She sleeps all night long. She wakes up around 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, and she'll like just whimper a little. Hey, I'm awake. You know, I gotta pee. It's been 8 hours. You know, and we do this back and forth, and it does kind of cause a strain on the relationship because, you know, like, he's got to be in the living room watching Penny, and I'm in the bedroom watching the big dogs and hanging out because, you know, keeping them company. You know, and I do go out in the kitchen and hang out with him a little bit, but I really don't like it out there. There's not enough comfortable seating, to be honest. Plus, our living room isn't really set up like a living room. Eventually, we'll need a couch that's not a dog couch. We were thinking maybe recliners. But, our couch is, it was free. So, I mean, like, I'm not going to complain. It's black. I think you've seen it in the one Hampered Chef unboxing. But yeah, so it's not really the most comfortable sitting out there. But yeah, it does, but the good thing is Junior is like getting, I don't know, like he's smart enough to understand what he needs to do. But for some reason he just doesn't like her. But he isn't fazed by her, and she is, let me tell you, very annoying and in your face, and she's not good at social cues. It's probably because she was really young when we got her. But I need to find her friends her age so she can learn how to take dog social cues. But Junior's okay with her as long as she's not in his face. And I think there might be like a whole toy jealousy thing. I'm not sure. So, but he does this thing, we'll let him in and we'll be like, we'll say switch. He'll jump on the bed and get right next to me so I can grab his collar, and then Josh can get Penny out of her kennel and switch. And then, we'll do it again, like when we put Kenny back in the kennel. And he's really good with it. Like, he gets it. He doesn't bother her. Once in a while, he'll get a drive-by sniffing of her butt or whatever. Like, or, if Josh puts her back in the kennel, he'll go up and he'll say hi. So, I don't know. But it is really strenuous. And she's like 6 months old now, and right now she's being so good. I can't believe it. She usually never just chills. She's like a little ball of energy, but I think she's chilling because I shut the office door and she can't get outside. And honestly, the weather here for the last week has been phenomenal. I freaking love this weather. I am so happy about this weather. It's raining. Very, very drizzly rain. And we need rain. No, let's put it this way. The week before last week, it was 113 degrees here. Today, it is like 75. Cloudy and a little drizzly. And I feel like I'm in Seattle or something. So, but I love it. I miss rain. I miss cloudy weather. I miss cool temperatures. I know. I just don't know where the best place for me to live, or us to live. We've narrowed it down to Washington or Hawaii, I think. But that won't be for a while. And another thing that was really, really, really getting to me is it's hard being under the light of social media. You've got to watch what you say. And then the thing that sucks is, something you say could be used against you like 10, 20 years down the road. And even though it wasn't meant to be offensive at the time, things change, and all of a sudden it is offensive. And it's really hard. Like, even with my Facebook, I don't get political because, I have businesses. So I do not. And, I'm in the middle of the road, to be honest. But I have strong views about things. And I'm going to go on a limb and probably say that, like, 75% of my friends list does not agree with my views. Because I live in the South. So, it's not about all of it, but I am not liberal enough for my liberal friends, and not conservative enough for my conservative followers. I don't know if I have conservative friends. I know conservatives, but yeah. Like I said, I live in the South, and Texas is like an hour and a half away. We might as well be considered Texas at sometimes. So, technically I think we might be. And, I'm just like in the middle of the road, so I get a lot of hate sometimes if I open my mouth. Because my philosophy is kind of like just be. Live and let live and be. I want my gay friends to grow marijuana and get married and have guns if they want them, you know? Kind of thing. Like, and I know, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to be all like, oh, I'm not going to subscribe to you anymore because you believe people should have guns. Or, you know, you like gay people. Like, I hope I like gay people. I don't know. That could be offensive to somebody, I imagine. Like, I just want people to live and live their lives and peacefully and coexist. You know, I found out some things that I believe could possibly be racist, and I'm like, okay, I don't see how being colorblind is, but I guess, I don't know, it's confusing, because when I grew up, I had family that's black. I am part Native American. You know, like, my grandpa was black, okay? Like, I don't, sorry. I didn't see color growing up. I was the only white kid in a black school growing up. And then we moved to a heavily Hispanic side of town, and there were, like, me and this one other girl that were white. Well, I think she was actually white. Her last name was, like, O'Neill. Joanne O'Neill. And she had, like, reddish blonde hair, so... but you can't judge people, you know? She could have been something else. You know, and... yeah. But somebody told me that apparently not seeing color is racist. I don't get it. And I'm just going to leave that alone because, like I said, I don't want people to get mad at me. But, and I don't want to stir up controversy because I hate it. And this video is really long. I have a lot of things to vent about. Like, I've been reflecting a lot in these few months, well, this couple months, about a lot of things and relationships and whatnot, like with my aunt and other family members, and I have a lot to say about it, maybe. I don't know. So, but I don't want to get into a whole bunch of heavy discussions, because honestly that's what I've been avoiding, because there's so many of those discussions going on, you know, everywhere, and I'm just trying to ignore it. And, you know, like my aunt said, I'm like an ostrich with my head in the sand. I know these things exist. I just don't want to become obsessed with them, if that makes sense. Like, I will talk about it in another video, but yeah, that's what I've been doing. So, till next time.